worked at the Gibby Kids Club, and there were many things that struck you during the week. But Quentin Lemansky isn't here, and I wanted to share this because I have a feeling he would have. There was a little boy named Derek who literally attached himself to Quentin the first day. And wherever Quentin was, Derek was there. Just always with him. And one day, he even came with an identical water bottle to the water bottle he knew Quentin had been carrying all week. I mean, it just really spoke to how much these kids wanted a relationship or needed a relationship and needed positive feedback from someone in their lives, because they were very attached to our kids in a very quick amount of time. And our youth were working very hard to not just play games with them and have fun, but they would sit down and talk to them and listen to them and encourage them to share their stories or what was important to them in their lives. And I was really proud of our kids, so that even when they were working with kids who were reluctant, they made it clear to them that they were there for them, and they were going to give them all they had while we were there for that. So it was powerful. And when you're on a mission trip, you always, by the end, are starting to say, okay, let's assess how much impact we've had. And on our last day, we were at Millennium Park, and I was watching the faces of the children, and it was sheer joy as they drug Catherine or Claire or Sophie into the water, or Garrett was like crouched down, marching through the water with them. It was just sheer elation on their part. So I felt that our youth had given them something that they would remember for a long time and make their life more positive. And you can talk now.
All right, it's my turn. About a year ago, I was talking to Erin about her new position at the church and how she kind of felt about once again leading the youth group. She was very excited, obviously, and I noticed a little bit of stress. She began to tell me that she couldn't find a male chaperone to accompany her during youth group, which was following safe church policy, which means there has to be a male and a female at like all the youth groups. And she just kind of told me she couldn't find anyone. I just kind of reassured her that she would and things would work out.
Is this on?
Yeah.
I told the kids in one of our family, our church family sessions, it might have been the Roses and Thorns night, that I actually didn't want to come on the trip. I volunteered to do it, and then in the last couple of weeks before we went, I'm like, oh God, I wish there was something coming up that I could get out of this. Because, you know, I'm like a lot older than teenagers, and, you know, it was scary. I told them, they all know this. And I guess I really, the night of Roses and Thorns, a person who, actually I'm not sure if he's a member of our church, but he's been active in our youth group, and it's Rhonda. He spoke great words of wisdom that were very comforting to all of us about God having a reason that we might not know. And Thursday night, that was Wednesday night. Thursday night, was Thursday night the foot washing? So if you think going on the trip is going to be, you know, a challenge, then the foot washing thing, you know, it scared the heck out of me. So I've always heard about how moving it is, and I'm like, I don't know if I really want to be that moved with everybody. Okay, here's the thing. You know, whatever our experiences were with the community that we were serving there, for me, that night of the foot washing, you know, this group can be kind of rowdy and semi out of control once in a while. And the other side is so much depth and love that they have for each other. And I saw such beautiful communication with each other. You go to a person and wash their feet, and then you say a prayer over them. And these guys did this with one another for an hour and a half. It was just, it was a turning point in my life, in my spiritual life, and it just gave me hope. It gave me hope. These guys, they're just wonderful human beings, no matter if they're teenagers. Every single one of them. Okay, that's too much, yeah. Anyway, thank you for having the faith to, you know, send these groups out. You never know what they're going to come back with. And this was just a very, very different trip, as you can hear. It wasn't as tangible, the things that the kids experienced, or the spiritual experiences. But anyway, thank you. I'm so grateful. Grateful that I went. And thank you, guys.
Alright, well, my group was Barb and Zeb and Quincy, and then Nikki, who's not here. But we did kind of what Catherine said with her past experience. We switched a lot. And so the first 2 days we worked at Casa Central, and that was like a place where old people could go during the day, like hang out. But the hard part was there was no Spanish, and none of us knew any Spanish, except for maybe some of us knew a little bit. But like the first day was really awkward, and we didn't know what to do. And we spent like 2 hours like rolling little baby paper balls so they could do an art craft later. And then it was hard. Like we talked about things that we could do to make it better. And one of the other chaperones, his name was Hudson, he came up with the idea that we would do charades. And we made up a whole bunch of like activities or like sketches that we could do. And so the next day we went and shared them, and the old people just loved that. And then we had to do it like more than once because I liked it so much. And so, yeah. And we made up like a little cheer because we were the Bears. So we had like this little cheer that we made up and like did it like to get us pumped up and ready to go. And then, so in like the second day, everyone like connected more with the old people, even though they come and speak our language. And then after that, we went to the next day we went to this like a Head Start program, which was, I don't know how old they were, but it was really like, that was place was difficult because it was nice to like be with the kids, but